everyone, and today, as you have seen, quite exciting video and a quick one about this lovely book. I thought I wouldn't have that much time of knitting, and I've never, I think, went through my knitting book collection. I don't have that many, and I'm planning to maybe spoil myself because I started to work full-time to maybe once per month get myself some nice knitting book. So let's start with this one. I think I mentioned this book when I was talking about my design. This sweater is Wishes and Dreams sweater. So you can check my patterns, and if you're interested to maybe knit one for yourself, check it out. But this was the book that I went to when I was designing this and my other patterns. The Beginner's Guide to Writing Knitting Patterns. So if you are wondering to maybe design a pattern or you don't understand some patterns, and I get that a lot. I've knitted a few things over here on this channel. It's my kind of journal, knitting journal, and I'm knitting patterns from other designers, and I'm getting comments that people who bought the pattern or following the pattern, they don't understand what this or this means. So this book comes handy, and probably this is what I'm be doing from now on. I will be referring everyone to this video. If you have any questions in regards indie designers, that's the word, isn't it? Knitting patterns, this is the way the patterns are written down. And if you have knitted anything from the patterns while you're knitting this book about writing knitting patterns, you will know why certain things are in a certain ways in the patterns. So here are the contents of this book. Check it out. Pause if you need to. Do you have it? Lovely. What I can tell you, this is how it looks. And you may have noticed that I had some highlights over here because that's what I do when I read something that I need to learn. Because this is the book that's definitely going to stay with me. It's something that you can go back to, just kind of refer to. There's few things to write a pattern. The most important thing is consistency. There are different formats or writing and written patterns. The other thing about this in this book would be the way it's written down is the writer tells you what is the best way to do it and then backs you up with the kind of small informations from actual knitters when they were maybe giving feedback in regards what they actually like to see in the pattern per se. So this is nice research done, I would say too. So maybe quickly, pattern structure and elements, how the pattern per se is placed in, what kind of things we have in the pattern. You probably noticed that designers are writing down a small information. They put photos. They also write what kind of needles they use and the gauge they have, what kind of yarn they use. And the author of this book tells you all about it and explains you things and why those things are there and why they are so helpful. And then goes through the chapter 2 when it tells you the actual knitting instructions and explains you how to write them down to have it clear that there are two formats on writing down repeats, and that was eye-opening for me to be consistent with my patterns. And also during my test knits are kind of divided, that one is used to one format and another used to another format, and to pick the right one, there's no right one. It's the one kind of I presume designer likes the most. Then we have charts, and over here is quite handy. The author gives you actual source to certain programs that you can have a nice charts if you do color work, but most importantly if you do any lace. So far, like, I have designed maybe this pattern, which is vintage gate socks, but I basically use an Excel sheet and just did a basic lace, which looks beautiful, as you can see, but the main thing for me is abbreviations. So anyone who grabs a pattern, always read abbreviations, because whatever you might have been used to, it could be different. Obviously, the author tells you should stick what is standard, so that's that. Then we have information about grading, which is quite interesting, right? You probably would want to know that when you're designing something. Then we have formatting and layout of the pattern, the process, and then we have even over here information how to sell online, and also very important information about copyrights. Then we have some extra bits. So I really recommend it. It's quite a quick knit. We have over here 127 pages, and it's definitely a book that maybe I will not go and read it all, but I will go to some sections to refresh some informations. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link down below, and it is an affiliate link, and it goes to the Book Depository. And I think even though I've try to link this book. If you find any other book going through that link, I think I get a little bit my way too. I think it's 5% to be honest. So thank you so much to going through that link and purchasing any of your knitting, crocheting or any crafty books, because that will help me a lot. In regards to any books that maybe you have in your collection, let me know down below. I don't have that many in my collection. I'm going to show you all I have, and I'm tempted to buy something myself, and once I go through it, I will review it, knit something from it, because I'm planning also to get some knitting pattern books too. Okay, that's that. I will say go and check out my videos. Most of them I finish object because this is kind of my knitting journal thing. Maybe you will be inspired to knit something fun and easy. And till the next one, bye!